In record news, this was the week of U2, whose long-awaited album Rattle and Hum arrived in stores on Monday. It's intended to complement the group's upcoming concert movie, which, like the album, features a striking version of I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, on which Bono and the band are backed up and nearly eclipsed by a full gospel choir. Actually, gospel doesn't exactly describe what this unusual secular choir does. They're called the New Voices of Freedom, and they like to refer to the music they sing as Roxpol. We were intrigued, so we paid the group a visit this week at their home base in New York City. The New Voices of Freedom Choir is a beyond gospel group of very soulful singers. Eclectic is probably the best word to describe this outfit. Last fall, for instance, they welcomed into their fold 3 musicians and a singer from Ireland. The choir had already recorded its own version of the U2 hit I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For when the band passed through New York late last year. Greatly intrigued, U2 agreed to a meeting. The subsequent church rehearsal and concert performance are preserved in the movie and the album Rattle and Hum. And 12 months later, the New Voices are still buzzing from that first meeting with one of rock's reigning supergroups.
Treat us like we were all old friends. Yeah, like they didn't treat us like strangers.
When they walked in the door, it was unbelievable.
It was one of the biggest thrills aside from getting married to my husband.
Well, they drove up in a Chevy.
It was just totally amazing. Blew me away.
Amazing as it may have been, this alliance between the Irish rockers and the Harlem Chorus is also pretty unlikely. What common ground could they possibly have?
The funny thing is that Bono, when he came into it, said, you know, we were looking for somebody who would see that this was a gospel, a gospel song, a spiritual song is what he said. Right. And we were surprised that you really, saw that it was a spiritual song. And I think that's more or less why it clicked so well.
With rock and roll, there's a lot of gospel influence, and I think people are looking more towards the roots of the music now. And it's right there, it's just sitting there.
What we're trying to do here is to really focus in on the gospel choir sound. That sound that people from foreign countries come up to Harlem, to these churches, to just listen to, just to get that sound of that excitement of the choir. There's nothing like a choir when the choir is excited.
This choir is into music, not religion necessarily, and they've already got their sights set on some other pop artists they'd like to work with.
I would love for the choir to work with Whitney Houston,
Quincy Jones, and Barbra Streisand.
Metallica, all the way, Metallica, they rule.
We'd like to be the choir of the rock circuit, But,
You can see the New Voices of Freedom singing with U2 in Rattle and Hum the movie, which opens nationwide on November 4th.